Students from parts of Roxbury and Dorchester will have a more productive summer this year thanks to programs supported by a fund known as Boston Rising. More than 700 students from the Grove Hall area will have more learning and jobs. The programs are for all students, for students of all ages from kindergarten up through high school. And to tell us about them are two guests from Boston Rising, the CEO, Tiziana Deering, and the partner for grants and investments, Audrey Jordan. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
I want to start with Tiziana. I can't go any further. I'll say, what is it with these T-shirts?
Our whole team has said, you're going to wear the T-shirts, right? So we are out in the neighborhood in Grove Hall this summer, everyone on staff at Boston Rising, talking to residents in Greater Grove Hall about quality. What's quality in the neighborhood now? What quality improvements do they want to see? What would they like to see us focus on? What's important to them? Our goal is to talk to between 1,500 and 2,000 residents. Everybody does it, and when you're out in the neighborhood talking, you wear your Q shirt. And I was on the truck today, so we have our Q shirts on.
Audrey, what about what residents have been telling you?
Yeah, residents, first of all, I should say, we had some really modest expectations when we started about, just stopping people cold on the street to talk to us. And we thought, oh, well, maybe we'll get a few people to talk. What we found, though, is people are really eager to talk to us about what they think about Grove Hall and really excited that we're there asking their interests, their opinions, bringing up this issue of what's good about what's in Grove Hall and what's there to build on. What can we get excited about and build around? The issue of quality and how people in Grove Hall deserve quality just like everybody else does. And we're finding that folks are more than excited to tell us what they think about it, to let us know that they're interested in following up in more conversation, getting involved in many of the things that we have going on, and interested in learning about more of the kinds of opportunities that other partners can provide.
What about the things that they felt should be better?
Well, people definitely are talking about the fact that there's a lot of crime in Grove Hall, but on the other hand, there's also the need for more options and choices, more grocery stores, more diversity in the kinds of shops and goods and services that are provided.
And more things for their kids
More things for their kids to do.
We heard that one pretty consistently.
Yeah, and we've heard that people would like to see families able to get together, neighbors connect to neighbors more. So the kinds of things we're doing are fitting right in with the kinds of things people say they want more of.
Tiziana Deering, we hear so many times, year after year, things to keep kids out of trouble, but this isn't just about avoiding a problem. This is about doing better with these programs.
That's exactly right. I mean, there's plenty of data to show that actually for every child, summertime can at least be a time of some loss of learning from your previous school year. But in urban neighborhoods and in minority neighborhoods, often that learning loss can be at least twice what it is in more privileged or white suburban neighborhoods.
Why is that?
Well, I think it has to do with a number of things, but pretty much anything you learn, you retain better with reinforcement. And if there are programmed kinds of opportunities over the summer, experimentation, physical play, chances to read, chances to interact with books and content, those are the things that reinforce learning in any curriculum. And most kids, without summer activities to do, experience that learning loss. The difference is access to summer activities that enrich your learning. And we knew that that was an issue for the residents of Grove Hall, and that's why we've made the investment that we've made over the summer.
Audrey Jordan, what about things that are going on in this program to help students keep up with that learning?
Yeah, so we have a variety of ways that we've invested. We've invested with existing partnerships like the Boston After School and Beyond initiative, where quality programs that emphasize both the academic enhancement, the mitigation of summer learning loss, but also the social, emotional, and leadership, civic engagement kinds of things are happening. So there are a number of programs. I think it's 40 schools and about 17 programs. Programs like Camp Ponkapong, programs like Math Power, Bell. These are the kinds of things that our investments are supporting for kids from Grove Hall schools. In addition to that, we've got another partnership with the Youth Violence Prevention Funders Learning Collaborative, where we're investing in jobs for high school kids, because that's so important. So we're able to invest in ABCD and Elm Hill, in PIC, so that
Private Industry Council.
Yes, exactly. Excuse me, Private Industry Council, so that young people actually have jobs, but meaningful jobs, where they're able to earn some money, but also able to get involved in their community and feel like they're making a contribution. And then we were able to bring some young people on board to work with us directly at Boston Rising with our outreach and engagement Operation Quality. And those young people are being supervised. There's 6 of them who are working directly with us, and another 5 who are working through teen empowerment with us to help do the outreach engagement on the street and to help create some data, a video about their vision of what's good in Grove Hall to build upon. So.
Darren, talk about the other things here. You've got State Street Foundation involved as well here, and I think why is that helpful?
Well, so one of my at least mottos at Boston Rising, and everybody shares this belief is no stupid money, right? Don't invest in anything that's not collaborative. That don't invest where someone else is. Always try to find the place where you can add or support or enhance. Companies like State Street, like some of the other companies involved in youth violence prevention, are making sound funding decisions. The question is, how do we create more of those kinds of opportunities for the young people of Grove Hall? And that's our focus. So why reinvent the wheel when what you can do is find a wheel that's been invented very well and make it available to more kids? And that's a big part of it. Tony from ABCD, the local ABCD, stopped over at the truck where we were talking to residents today and told me how excited he was. They have about 60 young people with getting practical work experience. And he was saying 14 young people are in Councilman Jackson's office this summer. They're learning about politics, civic engagement, how you support your city, how you support city's residents. That is priceless, and not the stuff that historically parents of young people in Grove Hall schools have said, well, this is what I can expect my kid to get a chance to do this summer. But we want parents in those neighborhoods to be able to say, this is exactly what I expect my kid to be able to do this summer.
Audrey, I can also see how this overlaps with what must be the desire of many people in Grove Hall. Is I wish we had more schools in the neighborhood that were doing well, and I guess this is going to help those schools do well, maybe.
Absolutely. Well, at least, in the sense that an important thing to talk about is that the schools actually are our partners through a principals collaborative. We want very much to open up opportunities for more parents and kids to make choices about summer opportunities. And we will pursue that goal. This year we were able to work with the principals in the schools to open up money to say to them, if you've got some ideas about some things that some young people you have could do this summer, send us a proposal and we'll fund that. And we actually had 5 of the schools take us up on it. We've got programs such as a youth design program where kids are coming up with ideas about how to get more kids involved in summer work in the future. We've got it's a grade point average literacy program that's funding kids to come up with ways to improve their grade point average and actually paying them to do it. Because you find that kids need that little bit of reinforcement, but once they have that, they're excited, they can do it. So those are just a couple of the ideas that the schools came up with to use money that we made available to them to do things they thought needed to be done.
All right, all that coming under the $600,000 in funding. Well, thank you very much for being with us. That was Audrey Jordan and Tiziana Deering from Boston Rising.
Thanks.
Still to come, the loss of state funding for programs based in Roxbury. But first, this message.